12 feet above flood stage.
And the latest from the National Weather Service shows the crest a bit lower than we've seen in the past few days. The Red River now expected to top off at 32.5 feet by Sunday. Plus, there's a lot of impact information you need to know. Here's the latest. The First Avenue North Bridge between downtown Fargo and Moorhead is that latest crossover to close.
Flood walls are locked in and blocking access to the Dike East area in downtown Fargo. Water well over the Lowhead Dam there and is creeping up to 2nd Street. The Rivershore Drive underpass in South Moorhead now also closed as well. And it's hard to miss this latest hit of winter-like weather on this Friday morning. We're getting a check of the area roads in just a few minutes, but first we want to go to meteorologist Lisa Green for the latest on this First Alert Weather Day as we deal with flood and snow. Morning, Lisa.
Good morning. Yeah, another late winter storm coming our way, and it does add more moisture to the mix as we're dealing with the flooding conditions. I just wanted to check in on our Harwood area, the Cheyenne area, another river level that's kind of I shouldn't say tapering off, but the rise isn't as steep as it was. Still going up, still expected to reach major flood stage as we head into the weekend here. So again, keeping an eye on all of these river levels. You can check them at our VNL weather app and valleynewslive.com on our flood page. And then on top of that, we've got more snow. Winter weather advisory now in effect for everybody in the valley. We've got winds increasing today and still some scattered snow showers out there. So that combo, when one of those scattered snow showers moves through, going to really reduce visibility, and it's going to accumulate as well in these anywhere where we get the snow because temperatures are on the cooler side. Looking at some snow basically right in the heart of the valley. Fargo points north up to Grand Forks and then beyond that as well. There are areas where it's quieter for the moment, but scattered snow showers will continue to make their way through, so you might get some breaks and then more snow moving through as we head further into the day. So right now, Grand Forks seeing that snow up into the Grafton area, back over to Crookston and farther south. Fargo just kind of right on the edge of it. We are getting some snow, but not as substantially as places like Hillsboro farther north on I-29. Grand Forks, here's the Red River here. Looks like we've got some wave action going on the river as well. Oh, that's ice actually. Sorry about that, guys. But we are seeing those winds pick up. They're going to be into the 30s to 40s. So you might see that on some of our floodwaters that are out there. And in addition to that, we're going to see some conditions that are going to be conducive to a slower rise because our temperatures are below freezing. We're at 30 degrees in Grand Forks. Wind out of the north at 21 miles per hour. So that wind is on the stronger side, but not quite seeing that gust yet to that 40 range. And some of us maybe a little bit less than that over into eastern parts of our viewing area. But in general, breezy to windy conditions today on top of falling snow. And that's going to cause some issues for us here today. So here's a look at the bus stop planner. The kids will definitely want some form of waterproof shoe, whether it be galoshes or some snow boots. The snow that's on the ground and on the sidewalks is very slushy and sloppy. Looking at conditions this afternoon, not warming up much. We stay around freezing. So that means that a lot of this sticks around through the day today, even as we are adding more to the mix. So today, of course, a First Alert Weather Day. Tomorrow, there is the possibility we'll have an isolated snow shower or two. We may have a little bit of a breeze lingering into the morning hours, but as the day goes on, it gets a lot better. Still on the cool side. We improve somewhat Sunday, but you see in our 11-day planner, it gets much, much better into next week. We're looking at 50s. And if we do see some moisture, it'll be in the form of rain. And the first chance of that will be coming on Wednesday. So spring's coming back. That's something to keep in mind as you're out there shoveling this morning and clearing the snow off your windshield. We'll see much better weather ahead.
All right, thank you, Lisa. With this winter weather, we know this really adds some tricky travel as you get ready to head out the door. We'll send things over to Jordan.
Yeah, our road report this morning not looking good for a lot of folks in the northeastern portion of North Dakota. Really, the entire region not having ideal travel out there at all. But the northeastern portion of North Dakota, what I'm zoomed in on right here in red, that is a no travel advisory from the North Dakota DOT. Includes major cities like Grand Forks, Devils Lake, Grafton. Now, it starts all the way along the Canadian border with the counties of Pembina, Rolette County on the other corner of that, and then Towner and Cavalier counties as well, also in that no travel advisory, and then continues to the south and it ends at the counties of Cass County, Stutsman, and Barnes. Everything north of those counties that I just named to the Canadian border, no travel advised. Now, the interstates are still open, but authorities are recommending in the Northern Valley you do not take them because it's very difficult travel out there. As we head more toward the southern part of North Dakota here, the metro area in that travel alert, meaning conditions can change quickly. You need to be careful. And as we get a closer look here on our tri-level interchange, showing wet conditions on the roads here in the metro because of that falling snow. Just to the west of the metro, we're talking about snow. And then once we hit Castleton on I-94 going all the way to Bismarck this morning, we're talking about ice on the road. So be careful with that. South of the metro on I-29, we're talking about some partial snow coverage. It looks like we had an incident pop up here on the interstate. Let me see what that is. They're just calling that a traffic hazard this morning on exit 54 on I-29. So be careful there. If you're taking the interstate, you could face delays. Also, as we head south of that around Christine, we're talking about some ice. And then closer to the Wahpeton exit, we're talking about some snow again on the road. So as south of I-94 in North Dakota, we're talking about a mix of snow and ice on the roads. Minnesota here this morning, Highway 10 from Moorhead to Wadena, we're talking full to partial coverage of snow and ice. I-94 from Moorhead going all the way to about the Osakis exit this morning, full to partial coverage. And then as we head to the northwestern corner of the state of Minnesota there, head up through Crookston, Thief River Falls, we're talking about full to partial coverage of snow and ice on all of the roads around there. And then you'll also notice just to the west of Argyle there, close to the North Dakota border, all of these icons, those are closed roads because of flooding. So that's also something you need to watch out for this morning. Not only do we have the snow and the ice, we also have water on the road from flooding, and we have water in the ditches. So if you go off the road, it can be an incredibly dangerous event to happen. So again, if those road closed signs are up because of the flooding, do not go around it. Even if you think you know that area and you know the road, there could be a washout that you just can't see. So stay safe today. Ashlyn?
All right, a great reminder for our morning commute. Thank you, Jordan. There's overnight snowfall also delaying some schools this Friday morning. You can see them at the bottom of your screen scrolling there, or you can check the full list at valleynewslive.com or our VNL app. Most are starting late, but a few are going entirely virtual. Snow on top of major flood conditions in the valley as the Cass County Sheriff urging extra caution out on the roads, especially with ditches filled to the brim with that flood water. Most have at least a few feet, and that can not only ruin your car, it also poses a life-threatening situation. Our best advice, tell friends and family where you're headed, then be sure to check county and DOT maps before hitting the road. Minnesota lawmakers voting on Monday on a bill to legalize recreational marijuana. State House members will get a look at it first.
In addition to legalizing cannabis, the bill would establish an Office of Cannabis Management and then a sales tax on marijuana purchases. If passed, Minnesota would become the 22nd state to legalize marijuana. Most of the 9 people that were rescued near War Road, Minnesota earlier this week have now been released from the hospital and are being processed by Border Patrol agents.
The group had been trapped in a flooded bog after crossing illegally into the U.S. from Canada. 2 are still being treated for hypothermia. The Fufeng project in Grand Forks has hit a dead end. City leaders had security concerns about that corn milling plant, which is owned by a Chinese company, and of course its close proximity to the Grand Forks Air Force Base.
The U.S. Air Force brought the issue early in the project's planning stages. Grand Forks is now looking to retrieve the cost and expenses that the city covered under the former development agreement. A Moorhead murder suspect is awaiting extradition from California. Police say this guy, 57-year-old Robert Eikenberry, was busted in the city of Fremont, which is near San Francisco.
He's suspected of killing 60-year-old Terry Klevgard of Moorhead, whose body was found earlier this week. It was at a North Side apartment. Police say he died of multiple sharp force injuries.
To lighter news this morning, it is prom season and formal wear can be expensive. Cheyenne High School in West Fargo is looking for donations to help out students who might not be able to afford the gear or afford prom altogether.
The Valley Today's Nishay Taylor joining us live this morning to give us a glimpse of all the glitz and glamour. Good morning, Nishay.
Good morning, Jordan and Ashlyn, and that's right, there's lots of glitz and glamour. It's kind of like a candy store full of dresses, and there's one tux over there, but you know, there's lots of prom gear here. And joining me right now is Kim. Thank you so much, Kim. Talk a little bit about why it's so important to help students in this way during prom season.
you know, the cost of prom has gotten astronomical. We've had students say, you know, oh, I spent $500, you know, $1,000 on a dress that realistically you're only going to wear one night. And so our goal with this is to bridge that gap of affordability when it comes to prom, because not everybody can afford that. And so what we've been able to do is collect all these dresses and offer this Cheyenne Prom Shop for free. And the counselors in the Cheyenne High School have been amazing in helping promote this, put this on, and offer this service to not only the West Fargo district, but metro-wide is our goal. We want to be able to offer this to every student, where if a student wants to go to prom, that affordability is not an issue.
Okay, we'll talk about how people can help, and you know how you know these students can get these beautiful dresses or a tux, or what are some of the items that you need the most?
Absolutely. We offer all of this stuff completely for free. There is zero cost to the students at all. They can take it. The only thing that we ask is if they think about redonating it, but that's it. And so all donations are to be dropped off at Cheyenne High School if you feel it in your heart to donate to us. I promise you that this is the best cause, and if you guys could see the smiles on these kids' faces when they find the dress and just trying them on, and we can provide a tax deduction donation receipt if necessary, but we're looking for, our biggest need right now in dresses is size 0 to 4, and then 12 and up is a big one, and then all size smaller suits.
Okay, well, there's plenty here to choose from. So, Ashlyn, Jordan, what do you think of this one? This is pretty, lots of flowers and some sparkle. All right. Sending it back to you guys in the studio. Nishay Taylor reporting in West Fargo.
Yeah, florals, sparkles, you know, it's just heartwarming. Every student deserves to feel good on prom night.
And that's what they can do with the help of people in our community, so it is great. Nishay, thank you this morning. The Today Show and CBS Mornings are just about to start, but the Valley Today rolls on.
And that zoom out was our exit to you. Stay safe, stay warm, have a great weekend, everybody.
We'll see you Monday.